Good day to my viewers and subscribers. Today is Wednesday, January the 3rd of 2024. First of all, I would like to thank my viewers and my subscribers for your viewing and subscribing. And I would like to wish all of you all the best in 2024. So this is going to be a several-part series of a Goped Super GSR Super GSR, I think 46R, the roller, unboxing and then putting it together, and I'm also going to be putting an engine on it. So this was shipped to from the States to me up here in Canada, and the reason it comes without an engine is because there are certain legislative requirements that need to be met if you are importing a motorized scooter with a internal combustion engine there. So it's much better just to ship it without the engine, and then I have the choice of whatever engine I want to put on. I will be putting on most likely a Honda GX35 engine, 4-stroke, so I will be showing that. So this is just a quick unboxing of what you can expect when you have one of these. This came UPS. And it was quite heavy. It's about 54 pounds, but I also ordered some additional parts to it. So this is from Goped from the United States. So we'll just do a quick, not a sponsored video. I paid for this out of pocket. So this is just an unboxing here. So of course, it's self-explanatory of what sort of measures you need to take not to cut yourself. And I can see that there are staples here, metal staples. So that's something to be mindful of. There are, I think, a few videos on YouTube so far that have showed an unboxing. So I don't really want to repeat. But this is going to be kind of like a start to finish here video is what my purpose is here. So I think we got that done. Now we can put the knife down, and then I think this just might have to go a little bit low here. Of course, if you want to watch your rings, probably wearing gloves is a good idea. I mean, you don't really want to get poked by these. I mean, very well packaged, so that's good. Of course, you want to check if there's any damage, and there was no external damage to the box there. Okay, looks very okay. Yeah, be careful with the staples here, so that when we're breaking down the box, we're going to be very careful with that. And yeah, doing this in my kitchen here. So yeah, okay, there we go. And yeah, packaging, always a good idea to have a good packaging there. Again, this is just an unboxing. I will be putting the unit together, and that's going to be in the garage. So this is just unboxing here. So very, very well packaged. That's a very good thing here. Of course, there's some parts here. Bubble wrap that can probably be reused, and more of this. Very good. Really like the packaging. That's very, very well packaged because, as you can tell, it has a fragile handle with care. I don't know how those instructions are followed, so always nice that it's very well packaged like that. So there we go. Again, I did order some extra accessories there, so I'm assuming that's what some of this stuff is here. This is, for example, this looks like a wheel assembly or a tire. You probably don't want to go too gung-ho on that, maybe away from the package there. I mean, this is self-explanatory. I don't even know why I'm talking when it's like everybody knows how to unpackage stuff here. So, little bubble wrap. Okay, so this looks like a replacement tire. I'll leave a link in the description to their website. So this is a 10-inch tire there. Boy, I think this is marked 3521, as in like 35th week of 2021. I don't even know. It looks like it's directional tube. Canada made in Taiwan. I believe this is 10-inch. I don't know what this means. 3-4. It says max inflation 60 psi. Boy, quite a bit for a little tire like this. It's actually pretty big. So there we go. Tire. The spare tire there. Let's see what else we have here. Okay, I know what this is, or I suspect what this is. This might be a spare wheel assembly. So let's, I really like the packaging. So kudos to Goped for their packaging, because this is very well. I mean, it takes quite a bit of time to package this, and that's so thoughtfully here. So that's always very nice, because the last thing you want is something damaged and then you have to send it back, and then just becomes a little bit more of a pain. So yes, I believe this is the assembly. I decided to get an assembly as well here. So there we go. Lots of bubble wrap. The recyclings are going to love me for this. So this is the what is this called? The rim, or wheel, or tire, rim, and brake disc assembly. This is a whole assembly. Of course, there's a tube in there. I guess that's where you fill it with air. So that's kind of interesting. It looks like there's a bearing there, probably a bearing number on there. So this is kind of neat. So there we go. That's what that looks like. I'll put that down. And I believe I ordered 2 tubes as well too. So let's try to go like this here. Okay, some more. I think I also ordered a manual as well for it. So again, this is a. Oh, I ordered 2 tubes, so that looks like it's in here. 1 and 2 inner tubes, because got to prepare for a flat tire. I mean, and okay, so this is the M6 by 30, so 6mm thread by 30mm length for the 4-stroke motor mount screws. So that is very, very important. I'll get to that when we install the engine there. So yeah, stuff to read, of course. Must read that. There is the operator's manual, so that's very nice too. Of course, I will read through that. And then I think then comes the main unit itself here. So very well packaged. Actually, from the other videos, this looks actually quite, from all the videos on YouTube that reviewed this particular model or other models, they look actually quite small. This is actually quite big. So anyways, really like the padding here. The bubble wrap where the gas tank is. Oh yeah, I think there's a coverage for the gas tank as well too. I ordered one of those. I don't know where that is. Oh, maybe that's over here. I'm not too sure. They ordered a cover so it doesn't stick out like a sore thumb there. So I don't think there's anything in there. And then another very good padding here by the steering wheel here. So that's kind of nice. I will just take my handy dandy razor knife here and go very careful. Be very careful there. And then yeah, there's probably instructions on how to assemble this. And I'm just wondering if I can actually just maybe just remove this. I think the weight of this is 33 pounds. So we'll see if I can lift this out. Maybe we should get rid of some of this padding, so that's underneath. I really like this idea. That's very good. Oh, the gas tank is kind of a gray color, not a white color, so that's kind of good, kind of nice. And this is the GSR, the Super GSR, which also has the rear brake. So let me see if I can just lift this out here. And yes, I think I can lift it out there. So there we go. Yeah, wasn't weighed too bad, but of course there's no engine on here. And there's the kickstand right here. So there you go. That's I won't show removing all this just to waste our time there. But anyways, I will show a video, of course, how to put this together. So that's basically the unboxing there. And thanks for watching. And part 2 will be coming up, putting this together. Thank you for watching. Okay, so the next segment after the unboxing was putting the Goped together there. So we come here to the I don't know what you call this, the steering wheel, the steering here, and so there you see this. Well, I guess that would be a bolt. So that is a number 3 Phillips. Okay, I don't know if you can see that. See that? That just fits in there nice. A number 3 Phillips here. Okay, so we're just going to unscrew this, and I'll just put this to the side, and then I'll show you what we're going to do here. So again, a number 3 Phillips. I think that fits in pretty good. Let's just double check here. Yes, absolutely. So number 3 Phillips. Okay, and so let's just put this to the side, and then it says here on the instructions here, it says rotate to seat here, okay? So what's going to happen is this is going to go, I'm assuming this, I'm doing this right, rotate the seat. So I'm just pushing this in, I'm holding it here and pushing it in, rotate the seat. And then I'm going to get my camera person to give me a hand here, and I'm going to push this in, and then I'm going to slide it there, and then put in that bolt. Okay, obviously I can't do this one-handed here. Okay, so that's pretty self-explanatory there. You probably need 2 people this, or maybe you don't. So again, you hold it here, and then you push it this way. Okay, and then I'm going to slide that in there, and then put the bolt in there. Okay, so I'll come back in the next shot once that's together there. Okay, so the handle's back, so it's fairly straightforward. It says rotate to seat, and I guess this front piece here, it says Goped. I guess it really doesn't matter where this is. I've seen some videos on YouTube. This was actually back here, and some that this is on the front. I believe that this is supposed to be in the front here, okay? And it's a 5mm. So I'm going to make sure I give the right number. Yeah, 5mm hex, and you don't need to go ape crap crazy on it. You can just tighten it up until it's firm. The whole idea, I think, of this is so this does not go up accidentally. So yeah, so that's 5mm. Just snug that up, and there you go. So the next clip will be putting the engine on, and I will come back in the next shot for that. Oh yeah, and I think one last note here is that I think these cables go on the right hand side of the tube here. I guess the steering tube of the tube there. Okay, so obviously when you're turning, then you don't want that binding up there. So, well, I don't know, maybe this should go on the back there, so this doesn't catch it, doesn't fray it. I don't think it will. Yeah, I mean, I don't think you really turn it that 90 degrees there, but I'll have to check more videos on that. So anyways, okay, so that's how you put the handle on. Okay, we'll see you in the next shot. Okay, so here we have the engine here. The engine that I'm using, and you can just pan out a bit here, is a Honda GX35, so I think 35cc, and it's a 4-stroke, obviously 4-stroke, the Honda GX35 4-stroke. Now if you look at, you can totally pan out there, this, as you can see, the gas tank, the Goped comes with its own gas tank right there, so we can lose the engine is going to go on like this over here. Okay, so the engine's going to be mounted like this here. So obviously we have to remove this gas tank here, okay, but we got to first remove the fuel lines here. So which is the fuel line? So this one, the clear one, I guess this is light, I don't know, pink there. This one is, I already broke the seal on this. This one is the return, and the one closest to the primer bulb there, that is your supply, okay? and then we just take our go like this. I don't know if we have enough light here or not, but we just take this hose clamp here and we can just move it very carefully away from here, like so. And then I guess we remove move this this little cover they have. Move that down. Okay. And then we can move this. I think that should be enough room there. Just pinch this together and just remove it. I mean, I could probably use some other pliers and not these really needle nose type, which I'll probably have to. It'll probably work better if I use another pair. But we'll see if we can get it. Okay, almost. Not the best tool that I'm using for this, so just so you know, not the best tool. So we just want to remove this. There we go, that should go right there. Good. And then I guess we can grab a screwdriver or just very carefully move this back and forth and see if we can remove it. Yeah, okay, there we go. Alright, so that's removed. Okay, so I guess the thicker one is the supply there. So let's put this back on the bench here. And then we're going to have to, in order to remove this, so we have the fuel lines disconnected, we're going to have to remove, I think, the pull start assembly here. So that is actually an 4mm hex. So we'll just loosen this up. And these are on pretty tight, so I'm going to have to put a little bit of effort into this. Again, this is probably not rocket science to do, it's just nuts and bolts. So there's 3. 1, 2, and this is the 3rd one. Make sure, obviously, your tool seats in all the way. These bolts aren't very, deep. Bolt heads, I guess. And I'll probably use a 1/4" drive ratchet to put this back. But anyways, this is self-explanatory. I don't even know if I have to show this here. But if I'm here, might as well. You can always just fast forward. I don't think there's anything that goes doink on here. So that's one. Check to see if all the screws are the same length. Looks like that might go into plastic. If it does, then that's no, it goes into metal, I think. That was like a little bit of, yeah. No, they probably use machines to put these back in, or to assemble these. Yeah, it looks a little bit of, I might have to clean those up a bit. Brand new engine, and this is going into, I guess that's aluminum, so last bolt, you probably want to hold with your finger, hold the pull start in, and then I'm assuming this just comes out. Let's just put this down. Obviously, I didn't show it, but there's the clutch right there, okay, so you want to be careful with that. I think 78mm clutch, so this should just come out. I think it's held in, yeah, with, I think of the couple grommets there. I think, yeah, it's held there, so I think it just pulls out. So let's just, obviously I haven't done this before, so yeah, there we go. There we go. I think it just comes out like that, and there you go. There is the fuel tank, and then this just comes out like this. And then I guess I'll take those plugs out. There's the pull start. We'll put that to the side, and then just remove these little grommets there. I guess it really doesn't matter, the same size. Oh yeah, the bolts were the same size. So we can just put this back, and then there's your fuel tank that we won't be using here. Okay, so I'm just going to come back in the next shot. I'm just going to clean those threads up a bit, and then put the pull start back. That's easy. And then go back to the next shot where we're installing the engine onto the scooter there. Okay, so here is, I just put the pull starter back there. Okay, so I don't know if I pointed out in the previous shot there, but those are 4mm. Okay, so you don't have to go super tight on them. And now next, let me just flip this around here. So I don't have my cameraman here, so we're just gonna flip this around. Try not to yeah. So this is gonna get installed onto the scooter. And those are the 4 bolts right there, okay? So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And you have to use M6 by 30, okay? So M6, 6mm, where is it? 6mm bolts, a thread by 30mm length, okay? So super important. So M6 by 30. And then this is where it's gonna go onto right here. This is where it's going to mount right there, and I'll show you a trick for that bottom bolt right there. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4 right there. I've already put that bottom bolt in. Well, that is the trickiest bolt, and I will come back in the next shot and tell you what how to put that one in. Okay, so see you in the next shot. Okay, so just a note before putting the engine on that. That is super important to note here. So let me just zoom out here. And so what you have to do in order to mount that Honda GX35 onto that engine mount there, you have to loosen the engine mount pivot bolt, and then that's the adjusting bolt there. And then there is another bolt right, or I should say nut. Sorry, that's a nut. So you have, that's a stud, 2 studs and a nut. So you have to loosen that nut is a pivot, that nut, which is the adjustment, well, kind of like the adjustment. And then there's one right here. Okay, that's a carriage bolt. You have to loosen that. Okay, and then so this is now loose here. Okay, so this is now, well, yeah, loose. I just moved this up. Oops, I adjusted this up a little bit here. Let's get rid of those stupid lines there. And because the reason you have to loosen all these, so there's a wiggle room here, because on the engine, and I'll show you this once it's mounted, sorry if we're going too fast there, that little hump there on the engine, or that little bolt head on the other side, again, I'll show this, it's on the side, laying down here, hits this bolt right there, and you won't be able to install the engine. And I'll show you a picture of this. There's actually a YouTuber who bought one of these, and he points that out as well too. I'll leave a link in the description to his channel there. So what you need to do is you need to go out and you have to buy a 3/8 inch 24 threads per inch TPI, which is a fine thread nut. Okay, unfortunately, so here is the original lock nut that comes with it, which is great, but it's too thick. Okay, I wish I could have used a spring washer, but I can't. There's just not enough room. Okay, so this is just a tab here. It says 3/8 inch 24 TPI. Okay, so that's fine thread. So you have to remove that lock nut, that nylon lock nut. Put on this new nut. There's a very small flat washer there. You can leave that there. I would probably recommend putting a low strength Loctite on this, okay, because eventually, especially if you're breaking it in, you might need to adjust the chain tension there. So maybe I would just not use Loctite, just drive it around for a few hours, maybe an hour or two, and then readjust the chain. But that's what you're gonna have to do. I'll come back in the next shot and show you. Also, you see I have already one of the bolts there. Again, they're by 6 by 30, okay? 6 mil thread by 30 mil length, okay? And I'll show you the little tool I have here in order to put this in. But I'll show you a trick. I'll come back in the next shot once the engine is installed. Okay, see you in the next shot. Okay, so here is the engine installed on the engine mount there. Okay, so this is what I wanted to show here. So you have to loosen this nut right there, okay? And that, you can just put some, you can't really see it, some pliers. That's a carriage bolt right there. Just some needle nose pliers and move that up or right or to the left. If you move it to the right, it will actually increase the play, okay? And if you screw it up if you screw it to the left, okay, counterclockwise, then it'll actually put tension on the chain there. So I just wanted to show the chain there. I think the owner's manual says either 1/4 of an inch or 3/4 of an inch. So just make sure you got the proper tension there, and of course check it at different areas of the ring there. So anyways, but loosen that nut and then loosen these two nuts. Let me grab my flashlight right there. Sorry, I'm doing this really with the camera that is really kind of not made for this, but anyways, right there. So that's one right there. I don't know if I guess I need the light. One right there. That's the nylon lock nut right there. I'm sorry for the bad shot. And then that is the right there. If you can see it, let's see if you can see that there. Okay, right there. That is the revised 3/8 drive nut, because on the engine, if you take a look at that, how do I do this? Right there, okay, right there, the bottom of the engine, right there, barely touches the threads, okay? The bottom of the engine, there's a screw or a bolt there, okay? I don't know if you can see it from my finger, okay? Right there, it just barely touches, okay? And then when you go inside here, there's not enough, I'm sorry for the bad shot there. If you go inside here, I don't know if I can get this a better shot. Okay, yeah, right there. I think that's the best shot right there, okay? You can see the bolt there, that it clears the nut there about, yeah, maybe about 3 millimeters. I'm sorry, I can't put my finger in there, but maybe you can see that right, right there. Okay, yeah, right there. I'll point to it. Right over there. Okay, so between that space right there, see there's a thread. It just barely touches it, okay? So what you want to make sure is that the mount bolts run right there, one right there, and then the other two are right here, right there, and the bottom one, which is right there, okay? This is all flush, okay? This is all flush with that. You do not want it cockeyed, because unfortunately when I had the nylon lock nut on it, it was just sitting a little bit like this, so it could not mate right flat to it, okay? That bottom bolt is the most difficult to put in. Let me see if I can grab my light here. Okay, and what I did here is, the trick that Goped told me is let air out of the rear tire, okay? So let air out of this rear tire, the entire thing, just let it all out, and I think that there's a tube in there. And then you can, I have one of these tools, it's a 5 millimeter bit, sorry, right there. Okay, I have one of these very small, I don't know what you would call this, probably a hex bit ratchet. Find the thinnest one you can get, and then you just go in, let me see if I can do this. You go in here like so. Okay, there's the hole right there. I don't know if you can see that right there. Okay, and then you just squeeze the tire in with one hand, and then you can just put this will go in and move in and lock into the hex portion of the bolt there, okay? And then you tighten it, ratchet tighten it first. So what I did is I put that bolt in first, like you saw from the previous shot there, and I just ratcheted it in. I just tightened it in until it was maybe about that much that far away from the from being totally tightened. Then I put the other ones in. Now you can get in, if you want to, with a tool like this. Okay, this is you can get this off Amazon, Easy Red, and this is a 1/4 inch drive bit. Sorry, a 1/4 inch drive for sockets there, and then for hex bits on the other side. Okay, and this is a locking, I guess, swivel there. You just put it to the first side. Obviously, you don't use this bit. Let me just remove that. Okay, you will put the other bit in here, the short one there, and then the same idea. You would just come around here. Okay, you would just come around here, going like this. Okay, I'm sorry that I'm just a horrible shot here. Come in like this, and then obviously squeeze the tire. The trick is to squeeze the tire. So take a finger, something that's dull or not sharp. I just use my fingers, and you can get in there, or maybe get another person to hold the scooter while, or maybe get the other person to just push that in, and then this will sit kind of like flush like that, and you can tighten it. I probably wouldn't go more than about maybe 8 pounds-feet of torque on these bolts. No way you can get a torque wrench on that one. You can on these other ones there, and you can just use this bit here, just a longer bit right here. This is well, it's a Westward brand, but it's a 5mm. It's about, I don't know what, is that 2 inches long? And then just put it in there, 1, 2, the bottom one there, 3, and then use the short one for that one. Okay, so and then the most finicky part is putting setting the tension there. Okay, so the way you would tension it is yeah, like I said, you have to have those two loose and this nut. So all 3 nuts you have to have loose. You put the engine on, okay, and then you can adjust the tension there. Okay, you have to play around with it and just move it into different spots. Mine was just catching just a little bit, so just make sure you move this around. I think the book says 3/4 of an inch play there, so let's just go like that. You see, that seems to be okay. You go to the next one. Okay, this is looser here, which is perfect. I think this is enough here. You don't want it catching on that gear right there, okay, or the sprocket. Okay, so you move it. I think that's good enough right there. Okay, plus this has never been used, so it might even stretch a little bit. Okay, so that's good right there. And then it starts to get a little bit, the tension gets a little bit more, as you can see. I don't know if you can, but you'll have to feel this. This is pretty picky to set up there. And my furnace just turned on, so sorry for the noise there. Okay, so I just wanted to show you that. That is really important right there. That, where are we here? That nut right there. I know I don't have a lock washer on there, so I'll have to check that regularly. There, you might want to put some light light duty strength, or maybe even medium duty strength, but I would probably just go with the light Loctite there, light strength Loctite there. Okay, and I want to show you that bolt again there. Super important, right? I don't know where I can show you from the engine where it rests. I think we saw it from this shot right here. Yes, you can see it right there. Okay, so right there. Okay, let me get you a shot because you really need to see this. Okay, we want to show this. That's the thread right there, and that in behind there, okay, that's the bolt on the engine there. Okay, and then this is the bolt on the, or the nut I should say, on the right there, the nut right there on the engine mount there. Okay, yeah, right there. Okay, so that's the trickiest part here. So anyways, I hope that helps you, and in the next shot I'll be setting up the well, the fuel lines is easy to do, but unfortunately my throttle cable is too short. Maybe that's another shot here. I just wanted to show this. Okay, I can't really do this one-handed here, so well, maybe I can, or maybe I can't. I don't want to tie up any more time. Anyways, I'll show that. Mine's a little bit too short, so I'm gonna have to see if I can reroute it. Okay, so we'll see you in the next shot. Okay, so I just wanted to show my throttle cable here. Let me just zoom all the way out here. So this is the, okay, yeah, that's the air filter housing there. Here's the throttle cable, and where's the kill switch? Kill switch right there. So I just come up like this, and it's just too short right there. So yeah, I'm gonna try removing it from this bottom rail there, and maybe have to reroute this. But the way it's routed, it's just too short. I can't, like, even if I remove these two nuts there, it's just too short. I can't get it in there. So well, okay, well, maybe no, I don't think so. Okay, I'll have to play around with this here a little bit here, but it's just, yeah, seems to be just too short here. I don't know. I think this has to go up a little higher here. So anyways, yeah, okay, I'll come back in the next shot here. Okay, so here is the finished product here. And I'm just going to show the fuel line routing here first of all. Okay, so it comes out through there, okay, through that tube there, that hole there, and it goes up here. Oops, ran into my stuff here. And probably not a good idea to have this right there, because this probably generates heat there. But anyways, so which fuel line goes where? Well, the blue one, I checked with Goped, the blue one has the filter, so that is the inlet. So that goes nearest, I don't know if I can get that in there, right there, nearest the primer bulb there, okay? So nearest to the primer bulb right there, that's actually the thicker one, as in like the fitting on the carburetor. The hoses are the same thickness, so the blue line goes there. That's the one that has the filter in the, oh, sorry, we're going too fast there, in the tank there. Okay, so that's the inlet. Okay, and then the outlet is the, or the return is the yellow line, and that one's right there. Okay, I just put the clamps that the old fuel tank that I took off the this engine here there. So I'll show the final routing there of the fuel line. So you probably want to keep it away from that heat there. Probably I can just zip tie it right there. Okay, so then I want to show the kill switch was easy there. That just plugs in. That's easy. For the throttle cable was mounted through that hole right, excuse me, there where it went. That's for the rear brake right there. I just fished it out and I just brought it up this way. I know this isn't correct, so you know, don't do what I do. What I do is wrong. So that's the only one. Okay, so just omit this. I'm just putting some wire loom on it. So I had to route it this way. Yes, I know that's chain guard. Again, don't do what I do because I don't know what I'm doing. Instead of buying a whole new line and phoning Goped and saying, hey, I need a whole new throttle cable there that's just 2 inches longer, what I did is I just ran it up through here. So right there, I'll just put some wire loom on there. Again, the kill switch there. And basically I just put that there, and I just double nutted it there. And that little, I don't know what you call that little fitting there, just fits in there. So now when you pull the throttle cable, you want to make sure that goes all the way full throttle there. Okay, so there you go, that's full throttle right there. You know, so you can't, it doesn't go any further. And then when it releases, you want to make sure it releases. Okay, releases fully there. Now there's some slack in the cable there, right there. So okay, I'm just going to finish up putting some wire loom on here, and I think that's it for the installation here. So we'll see you in probably the next and final shot. Okay, so here's the final product here. Okay, this is probably not the best way to run the fuel lines here, but that's 1/2 inch loom there, and that's just a piece of 3/4 inch. And I just put the zip tie here just to keep this a little bit away from this. It's not touching the whatever this, I don't know what housing there is, not touching it there, and it's not touching it there. And that just goes around over there. And then up top is the throttle cable. That's just a 1/4 inch loom. This is 3/8 inch over there. I know this isn't the way to route this. Obviously a longer cable, I only needed 2 inches longer. This isn't ideal there to have this there. This is the kill switch there. So that's just 1/4 inch loom wire there. So that's it for the installation of the motor, the fuel lines, and the kill switch and the throttle cable. So I guess I might do a video just on how to adjust the chain tension, because that's important there. So thank you for watching. I appreciate my viewers and my subscribers as always, and have yourself a wonderful day.